then this the file to files. So we open it this file, and this environment setting file, the start service files is here in Notepad. You see the so you have to define your Java location path, and then you have to be provide your server port, the where you try to install your application, and then you have to look for the which port is free for those machines, and then put the machine number where you try to install the application or deploy this application, and then of course you have to the you have the jar files, and you would have defined here. So this is the jar files, this version is executed, and you need to find the profile activity, and we try to run the production mean the client side, even though you can put it a test environments in here, and you put it your database versions. So that's why I'm working with the local, and then this is our same database I'm working. So maybe you have a different database located in USA or Canada, and then you have to be put it here your database location and the machine name, the server name or server IP address, and then run the application. And when you define your all the necessary environmental variable settings, and then you have to call the start service. So call the environmental settings, and then the path, the Java path, and then set the Java dot minus jar and execution, and then read all the variable setting that you have it. So here you see the override the here see they follow this one, because in the locally I tested it like this application 6042, but here is 7042. Then depending which port are free for your installation machines, and then you have to be set this information. So yeah, so this is dynamic setting. This is the professional way to set all the properties and give the installation department these files and your jar files, and they will change the properties, and all over the 100 machines they will change the 100 the port number and the machine number, and that's all final. That's all. It's just working automatically. When that's one and done, then you set the you all the this is the properties I already show you in the EML files, the application.eml files. So this is the server port, we changed it, and address we changed it, and this set of application has to be run in the production, and this is the database URL, and this is database user, and this is the database password. So all variable has to be changed here, and then run the application. So I already run the so you see that the two files in, and then there is a your release version, the older one and newer one. We execute the in the files that's way in here we see we running the version number one is automatically deployed application. So application is now deployed and run into the production environments, and with this port number, so for say 67042. So now we need to try to start to check all the test cases that we have it in the local in the development stage, and we might try to run those test cases into the client machine. This is I believe it's the client machine, because I have no alternatives. I local host and the client machines. Then let's have a run the same cases in here. So why BBS do we have this? All the same test cases, except we change just like client machine port number. It's here. So let's see the application is here. You see the application is running. Okay. Okay, perfect. So this is the welcome message running. So here, here we need to edit, or even though you can send it by default. This one, the so change, and the same case is running. So you see all the information coming that's we expected. Okay, perfect. And it's even though individual record you can come, and just you need to change it is the port number. That means this is the dynamic, and that's as I say, just they need to change like which machine he installed your REST API and RESTful API or web APIs, and with the port number, and other things is as it is that you have it in your development stage. Then just need to change these two parts. If here's the thousands machine to install these APIs, then there has to be changed this one, only this part, even though you can set the global variable here, even though here this way, then you can run it like the test production on, even though this one. So they will be changed, this the URL change, that they will change onto this part only application, and that's all. This is the part that has to be changed, and nothing to do with that one time change, and it's automatically executable. So here all the information, the register user, and then this is the one the message import, and then you see the message import information, the body of the message, the post method, and body of the message, and it works. So if you change it like this way, and then it has to be sent to the post. And the delete, and you can delete, update, and then so on so forth, which part you have to update. Maybe you need to the same message in 19, and you need to update this part, and you can do this update same part. And delete, it still works. Then maybe you can delete the 15 or 16 and then other things. So receiver information, maybe we need to look for the receiver informations. Let's say that run the receiver information sent to the receiver. So we already received the information, the previous test cases. You see the one example here. He received information from 400 here, and the secret key here, and the information and because somehow he made maybe a mistake in the to putting the IDs of the recipient, and also the same maybe the mistake in the key, and then that's one, and that's why. So if you see they have the information like the information secret key and the selection mode and this message, and this was the message was hello world. So it's hello world, the right message is received by the who is sent it by the receiver and send it to this one. So maybe post method I can show you what one of the example. So here is the example. So sender ID is 119, we already saw it here, and then the 16 digit, and this is the message information, and this is the selection mode and secret ID, and this one. So let's have a try to get the message which the sender send it to the via this 419 ID, and the content of the message this one, and then secret ID and this one. So let's have a try which message is it. So you see the message the wrong information because it doesn't include. You see the same exactly the same input that I have it. Maybe the center hacker sender made a mistake in here this ID, or maybe mistake in the resource, or maybe mistake in here this level also. We don't know, but which mistake of what he did it in the input parameter. That's that's the important one. That's why the security measures is there. So if you put it like the bad informations, and then you cannot, maybe the let us say it's 14 is still is the right message. We can check it like 14. Send it to still the it's created. It's created, of course. It's created because we did the logic like any interaction has to be stored in the database, even though we cannot get the right message from the end user. And then maybe we can cross check here also the sender, get sender informations. Get no, it's not running because we changed it this one. So sender information 419, and then this is the information 419. Let's have a copy, and then we can put it like and then secret key 419 19. Let's see. Oops, no, secret key now. This one is secret key. Okay, 419, and then no, still not the right message. So that means you can do what you would like to do. All the information that's you need to bypass, or you can test it all the combination of the parameters. That's why maybe this information, and then you see the other test case is receiver and receiver informations. You see already here some. No, this is not server is not running locally. We're running here. So you see all the receiver informations, and this is the right information. That's we have it like here. So receiver information with the registration ID.